Hello and welcome to our next episode about sex and the young. Any untamed animal, even though it may look like a pet, it's a wild animal. We call them wild animals. You can't play, you can't toy with a wild animal. If you try to play and to run around and to to get close to an untamed lion, we don't even try it because it will just tear you. So nobody dares play with an untamed animal. Now, what makes us think we can tame, we can play with untamed sex? Sex, if I may refer to it as an animal, it was meant to be tamed in a marriage institution. Sex is tameable. Yeah. And that is why the only place it's been licensed to be practiced, to be explored, it's in a marriage institution. That is the safety of sex. The moment it gets out of a marriage institution, it becomes wild. And if a wild lion can tear you, then wild sex can destroy you, just in the same measure. So we really need to, even as adults, because even as we talk about sex and the young, you see, the young are not just the only victims about with this, but my interest is so much about the young people because especially the kids and even these teenagers, preteens and all that. It's because they're not really in that place where they're making independent decisions. Even for them to be in school, it's a parent decision to take them to school. A child never woke up and just said, okay, I'm going to school, I'll pay the fees and all that. No, it's a parent's initiative. It's parents who decide, today we are going to grandma's place. It's parents who decide, today we are moving from this house to the other one, in most cases. So they don't really have the power to make independent decisions, including about sex. But for adults, you can say you're adults, you've already made up your mind. When an adult decides, I want to be a prostitute, there's nothing much you can do about it. It's themselves who will also decide, I want to stop this and change. But when a child decides, it's always out of pressure or, they're trying to copy somebody or they're trying to vent out their pain, whatever experiences they're undergoing through sexuality. So, and when sex is practiced outside marriage, it's wild. It's very destructive. It's like setting a forest on fire when there's no water anywhere near. And that is why the consequences of it, you see, the joy of salvation in a marriage, in most cases, it bonds the spouses, the couple, it brings them closer. And that's how you realize, even though husband may be cheating on the wife or something, but they're so bonded with the wife that no matter how it looks sweet outside there, they'll always go back to their wives. The same with their wives, because they've been bonded, they've been united, they've been made one. Sex, it's for procreation, it's for reproduction. Babies come out of this. The woman get to conceive and they're happy when they discover they are pregnant. They'll be walking around with it, preparing for it, preparing for the coming baby. They want to know, is it a boy or a girl? The excitement is there from both ends. But when it comes to a young person, single, a teenager, a youth, children, when they're engaging in sex, the consequences that come with that, in most cases, it's not even the bonding. Most of them, it's a hit and run. They've tried it, they've tested it. So it tests like this one here, let me try another one and another one and another one. And then it becomes an addiction, it becomes a cycle. But there's no commitment to it. Sex in a marriage bears commitment. A woman will say, I'm committed to this man. That's why she can't loosely just sleep around with any other person. The same thing goes to the man. But when it's single persons involving and engaging themselves in sex, there's no commitment. And that's why they can go with a Mary, with an Annie, with a Joseph, with a Josephat, with a Derek, with a, anybody. And they really don't care about age, about color, about race, about anything. There's no commitment to it. The diseases that come with it, the condemnation that comes with it, and then unfortunately even the baby that comes with it, we label them unwanted pregnancies, we label them unwanted babies. Why? When we know the result of sex is babies in most cases. But then when the child comes, actually the baby becomes the reason as to why even these people are no longer happy with each other. You know, I never expected you to be pregnant. You should have used protective. The blame game gets in, and the child is born anyway, and the parents are fighting for baby support. The mother is not getting involved. The daddy is not getting involved. And there's just too much strain, too much pain that comes with sex outside of marriage. So today, what I need just to drive home is sex is an animal, but it can be it can be domesticated, it can be tamed. But the only safe place this animal can be tamed properly, well, and it brings joy, it brings fruitfulness, it brings satisfaction. It's in the marriage institution. So sex outside of marriage, regardless of your age, regardless of your status, as long as you're not married, when you engage in sex, it becomes a wild beast, and it definitely destroy you. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel. God bless you. Bye bye.